to highlights of round 6 of the Formula SimRacing World Championship for 2020, brought to you by SimLab, 3D Wrap and IMB Racewear. Round 6 takes us to the famous Silverstone circuit, 5.9 kilometers around here, 52 laps, very high speed, 2 DRS zones, and is generally one of the best races of the year, so we're all looking forward to this one. Despite it being so long, the lap times are very close, and Tom sadly picked up his first ever pole position by just 45 thousandths of a second from Michi Hoyer. David Mocek follows behind him, and then Janos Brakshock showing that GoSpeed really have the speed here today. In 5th position, Mohammed Patel returns for ground effect on a reserve basis, while we've also got a new team here, GoSpeed Engineering, featuring a nice white livery with Luca Di Mello in 14th and Chris Shepherd in 18th. News is championship leader Jene Simicic will start in 11th place, and podium winner Dennis Jordan is starting right behind him. Craig Baxter moves to Singularity Racing, replacing Alain Terzic, and gets 9th on the grid, while Robin Panzar doesn't set a lap and will start from the back of this now 22 car field. And the lights come on here in Silverstone, 52 laps, a bit of a mixed up grid, so what will happen? As they get away, Tom sadly from his first ever pole position pulls away nicely, and the 2 burst cars get in behind him. While just behind, Mohammed Patel is trying to get his way past Janos Brakshock as they fight their way through the beginning of Sector 1. But it's actually Peter Berlik who goes round the outside to make up a position and get himself up into 5th place in turn number 4. However, in the background, Luca Di Mello gets caught up with Jos Araneda, and somehow Jos continues, but Luca will have to pit for repairs. Johan Quico starting to make up some positions, a little bit low down qualifying than he would have expected, but he gets past Sander Callas there. Jene Simicic is on the medium compound tyres. He's going to be doing something different on strategy, and he's trying to make these positions work. And he's finally getting past Dennis Jordan, although they're starting to battle a little bit, and this is trying to give one of the HM Engineering yellow cars a bit of an opportunity as well. Dennis Jordan also on the medium compound tyres, just like Jene Simicic. He's going to have to go around the outside of Craig Baxter, but he's looking good there around the outside and makes it move nice and clean. Craig Baxter struggling just a little bit, dropping off the back of this top 10 field. And only half a lap later, Jene Simicic comes past as well. So Craig Baxter not quite on the same pace as he had in Azure last time out. Craig Baxter gets a good run coming up into Copse Corner though, but on the inside is always very difficult. And he's actually got back past Jene Simicic, but Simicic following on tries to make it work on the outside of Brooklands, but that gives him the inside for Luffield. And the world champion finally manages to make the move stick. Lap 10 now. And Michi Hoyer has been following sadly for quite a while, but he now decides this is the time to make a move. And he goes down the inside of Stowe Corner. And Tom sadly seemingly struggling a little bit, or maybe just going a little bit slower than normal. Lap 13 and the first of the pitters come in, so this is looking like it might be a 2-stop strategy for a number of drivers here. This is a little bit early. Mohammed Patel now is coming on the back of David Mocek. This would be into what is effectively onto the podium. They go side by side through Stowe Corner. And Patel actually then comes into the pit as well, followed with Mocek and also Peter Berlik, who's just sat there quietly behind all of these guys. Alex Siebel now makes a move as well. This on Kirill Birkov, who then goes for a spin on the exit of Stowe, and that will be him out of the race as he makes collision with the barriers. Tom sadly pits very late, lap 18, and due to that he's been undercut by all these drivers, and he's going to get held up by these drivers if he's not too careful. But it looks like he might be on a one-stop strategy with him staying out so long. Now the 2 Evolution cars are going to try and work together to both get past these pole position driver as they come down the Wellington Straight into Brooklands Corner, and it seems yes, both Evolution cars have actually managed to get past him, as well as one of the HM Engineering cars. Jene Simicic is now battling with Craig Baxter again after they make their pit stops, and Simicic surprisingly went onto the medium compound tyres. This means he's definitely on a 2-stop strategy, and he's going to have to try and make his way through. Side by side into turn 1 is not always what you see. But that is an awesome move there by the world champion as he pushes to get through this traffic. And he's then spending no time at all as he's now getting past Sander Callas as well into Brooklands. And now all the way around the outside of Lovefield. That's going to be amazing if he can hold around the outside, and he does. But this does not stop here as he is pushing on. He's now getting past Janos Brakshock as well. So he's really making these medium tyres work. But now he comes on to his nemesis, Jeroen Kweekel. These two have had some contact, let's put it that way, this year. And he's now trying to go around the outside of the final chicane, but there's a tiny bit of contact and he's actually going to have to go across the grass to avoid a spin. And that means he can't get the position here. So he's going to try again. This time maybe on the outside of Stoby. He's actually going to cut it back, get a nice exit, and he's going to be on the outside once again. But he's only just about got his front wheel alongside, and he's just been squeezed there a little bit by Jeroen Kweekel. And this battle is really hotting up. Now on the inside of Brooklands, and there's been some contact, and Jerne Simičić and Kweekel have both gone off there, and they're having to rejoin now into Lovefield. As Robin Panzer, I was watching these guys still fighting now into Kopp's corner. And he's going to try and get involved with the HM engineering car. He's got an amazing exit, possibly using a bit of quality boost as well. He's going to go side by side through Maggots and into Beckers. He has made the positions. That is a really nice move there by Robin Panzer. And now Kweekel's now trying to get past Robin Panzer. There's more contact there as Kweekel's trying to go around the outside. Misjudged it, but they both have to wait for some cars to go past. So that's both burst cars Kweekel hits in the space of a couple of laps. Now Mohammed Patel is taking the lead of the race, and this is putting himself in such a good position. He gets past Michi Hoyer there on lap 29 before the second round of pit stops comes into effect. Mojek is the first one to blink and goes on to a set of the medium compound tyres. However, Mohammed Patel, he's come out, but he's on the hard compound tyres, so he's going to be a little bit slower, but going to have more durable tyres as we head into the final stint of the race. Tom Sadley has already lost a whole pit stop to these guys, and he has a bit of contact there with the burst car, slightly misjudging his front wing there in turn 4, and he's going to lose a bit of time there, but just showing the one stop was not the way to go here today. Now Mohammed Patel is trying to get past Janos Brakshock, still needing to make a pit stop, and so does David Mojek as they all trying to foul their way through this traffic and get themselves in the best position possible. And we now have Petter Burlak stayed out way longer than anyone else and has gone onto the soft compound tyres. He's going to be ultra quick here coming into the final 12 laps of this race. The first person he's got to get past is Janos Brakshock, but easily around the outside there with all the grip. Nothing the Ghost Speed driver could do. Now we've got the two burst cars coming on the back of Mohammed Patel, but it's Michi Hoyer first, who's going to try and go around the outside of Stowe corner into Mohammed Patel. Remember, Patel doing reserve drive, he's got nothing to lose. He might as well fight for this win here, and he's going to keep it around the outside of the chicane. These two are going to go side by side, just like Kweekel and Simičić did, but Patel's going to keep it there. Oh, it's been a bit of a spin as Patel's gone round, and that is potentially his chance of winning gone, as there's only a few laps left of this race. But now Burlak has got past it. He only has two cars to get past. Jerne Simičić trying to get past Tom Sadley. He's just been slightly pushed on the grass there. A little bit late potentially, but Simičić also didn't have any of his car alongside, so that is going right to the limit. And then finally gets past Tom Sadley a little bit later. And that is a couple more points for the world champion, who is losing a few points here, especially as Petter Burlak is looking like he's definitely going to go on the podium. But Tom Sadley unfortunately actually blows his engine, and that will be him out of the race. Not what he would have wanted, considering he started from pole position, and in general Ghost Speed were looking pretty quick here. We now have some more action coming in the final sector, and Talis there going for a little bit of a spin, rejoins, and he collects Aras Mashuli, and that is really not what Mashuli would have wanted to see as he exited Stowe. And after a pretty promising race in the midfield, he's not going to be getting anything. Now Burlak has finally got on the back of David Mojek. He's been trying for so long to get past, and Mojek sliding there along with Burlak put him offline. This is going to be an awesome opportunity for Petter to get past, for Edge Esports to take a second win of the season. However, he's going to have to go round the outside of Brooklands corner. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but not quite on this occasion. Now once again, side by side around the outside of Brooklands. Seems to be a good position, but he loses the rear end a little bit. He's going to have to catch that. Remember, he spun in Imola round 2 of the season. San Marino Grand Prix chasing down as well. Once again, he's going to go down the inside of turn 4, try and get Mojek a little bit offline. Mojek's rears are definitely struggling a bit, as now Burlak Can he get his nose down the inside this time? The outside hasn't worked quite just yet, but yes, he does. Gets down the inside of Brooklyn's turn number 6, and he's going to hold it there. Remember, he's got slightly fresher tyres as well, slightly more grippy tyres, and all the way around the outside of Luffield. He's managed to make that work. Tiny bit of contact on the exit, but nothing too bad. And now Michi Hoyer has nothing to defend. No DRS, only the boost. Does he have enough to defend on the inside of Stowe Corner? But it's going to be Peter Brelak round the outside to take the lead on the penultimate lap of the race. Now onto the final lap, Mohammed Patel is going to try and get past Evan Mocek to get himself onto the podium. The podium they potentially lost with that contact with Michi Hoyer, but he has made that work. But after all of that, it is Peter Brelak's second race victory of the season, and he's claiming big points back on Yanni Sivicic, who has a bit of a bad race here in Silverstone. Once again, it is Peter Brelak who is always the one to be there when other people make mistakes, and hopefully he is now going to put a charge to the second half of the season. Michi Hoyer actually ended up getting a penalty with that contact with Mohammed Patel. That puts him down into 6th place. So Patel actually gets into 2nd place in the end, which is Grand Effect's best ever result, improving from their 4th place last year. Another good result for Evolution Motorsports, although they will be a little bit disappointed considering they got podiums in the last couple of races. Yanni Sivicic down in 8th place, and not the best race for him, but still getting a couple of points. HM Engineering once again having not the best day, but they still have quite a bit of promise with Eros and Urin, and I'm looking forward to them in the last 4 races of the season. And in the championship now, Yanni has a 22-point lead from Peter Brelak, but quite a way now down to Michi Hoyer, 49 points and 51 to Alex Siebel. There are not many points to the guys there. Jeroen Quig was actually down into 7th place now, with the last couple of races not really being that good for him, but it is so close. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets back onto the podium in the standings by the end of the season. Mohammed Patel gets into 9th place after only 1 race as well. And the Constructors is looking very good, with the 2 burst cars leading the way, but Evolution Motorsports getting very close, just 3 points separating those teams, with Edge Esports a little bit behind, as HM Engineering Red are dropping off a little bit. Now the only team not to score points so far is Ghost Speed Engineering, but they've only done 1 race, so we'll give them a bit of time to see what they can do. But that is it from here in Silverstone. The next race is on the 21st of June from the Nürburgring circuit, the German Grand Prix, and after that there will only be 3 races left, so it's getting very tight in the championships. So what will happen? But this has been the Formula SimRacing World Championship, brought to you by SimLab, 3D Wrap and IMB Raceware, and until the 21st of June we wish you a very warm goodbye.